Hello, everybody at home. My name is Adam22. We are here on the Plug Talk show with my beautiful fiance, Lena the Plug.
Hi. He started differently. I'm just like, whoa, he's doing this different.
Yeah, switched up a little bit.
Yeah.
And next to you, we have the beautiful Nika Venom.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you both?
Venom. I forgot that was in your name.
It is.
I'm like, what's gonna happen today?
Well, the name started out. Well, I was doing Femdom, so I wanted to do something that was like sweet but deadly.
Explain Femdom
yeah.
to our audience out there.
Well, Femdom is basically like female domination, so it's quite opposite of what you see in like normal sex. So the girl is usually submissive in normal sex and getting spanked and choked and all stuff like that, and then it's just the opposite. So it's happening to the man, and the man enjoys being submissive.
Were you
Right.
doing it in person, or were you just doing it like in video?
I was doing it in video at first, but then the directors were like, hey, we're going to bring in like male talent for you to work with. So then it kind of became in person.
Okay. But you didn't have
Yeah.
like clients outside of like working for a scene.
I did after probably like a year of me doing it and getting really comfortable, but it just got really complicated. Like
How?
taking IDs, doing background checks, getting deposits, and then even then still you still have some people that are like kind of weird behind when the door closes.
So you're talking about dudes that you would be like essentially dominating on camera. This was like a whole process, or is it like
Yeah.
they're paying for the service, right?
So on camera was never weird because there was always like, the crew there, director,
Okay.
like other people, like they weren't weird. Like, of course sometimes, they're people.
Right.
Sometimes they would come off a little weird. Like afterwards they'd come up to you and be like, I loved every second of that. I'm like, yay, I'm happy that you did. But it was the way that they did it.
Yeah.
It was almost
They're a little
like,
too excited about it.
yeah, it was almost like putting me on this like giant pedestal. I'm like, that's cool that that's your kink, but once the cameras are off, the cameras are off and we're just people.
Yeah.
So that was that part, but the weirdest part was probably like private sessions. And I only did it for maybe like a year and then I just completely closed them off.
When you're dominating a dude, are you having sex with him or what are you doing to him?
No,
Describe what an average session might be like for a guy like me who does not understand this strange
Okay.
world.
So mostly I wouldn't even get naked.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't even be in lingerie,
Are you
honestly.
like teasing him? Like you're
Yeah.
getting all sexy right in front of his face, but not really giving him what he wants?
Yeah, so usually it
Mm.
was a lot of edging, a lot of like
Ooh.
feet stuff. I think I had a few impact play guys and those were the most extreme.
So that's when you are kicking them in the nuts and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, kicking in the nuts, whipping,
Did you
face
feel comfortable
slapping.
doing that?
At first I didn't
Okay.
because I felt really, really bad. It was like my first time doing it and we almost had to cut the scene because I like whipped this guy so hard and it hit him in the balls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so like it was pop blood vessels and everything
Oh!
everywhere and he started bleeding. Like it broke his ball skin. And so I felt awful and I was like, whoo, and the scene was still going. He didn't say a safe word. The other girl didn't cut. So I
So
just
he was
turned
kind of
away.
still into it.
He
He's
loved
not trying to
it.
give up.
No, he
Oh my
loved
God.
it. He enjoyed it and asked me for more, but I didn't get it back then.
Mhm.
So I just like turned away from the camera. I was like trying not to cry. I'm like, as soon as the scene cut, I was like, "Are you okay?" And he's
Mhm.
like, "I loved every second of it. I wish you would have went harder." I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
I don't have the heart to do this. I would feel so bad.
Yeah,
I don't think I could get through that hump of it. Oh my god.
I
You're a strong
started out
woman.
like that, but after a while, kind of realized I was being nice by being mean to them
Okay.
Right.
because it's what they wanted.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what turns them on. If I was like, "Hee hee, you're so cute," they'd be like, "Ew, bye."
But I'm
Yeah.
interested in the injury thing because like what you said, like if you're kicking somebody in the balls, I mean, there's a fine line between, just causing them a little pain that they're turned on by and kicking them so hard that you fucking rupture the testicle and it rises up into their stomach and they have to go to the hospital, right?
Right.
Like, are you just winging it? You're just smashing on this dude's genitalia and just seeing what happens?
No, I think
I'm scared of you.
no. I only dom people that are like eagerly wanting it from me.
Okay, yeah.
So if they're like an eager consenting adult and they're like, I really want this, I even when we're filming, we have nonverbals and verbal safe words. Like we can cut, it's not a big deal.
Right.
So I tell them if I hit them too hard, where it's a little uncomfortable, say yellow, and if it's absolutely fucking stop, say red. And so those are kind of our safe words. Or if I hit them too hard, it's a double tap. And since they're moving around while they're getting hit, I see it, but the viewer doesn't know what a double tap is.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Okay.
still, they cannot ruin the scene as a lot of them kind of don't want to do.
Wow.
But we've only had one incident, I would say, where it did go a little too far. And that wasn't because of the kick. It was because what he was sitting in while we kicked him. It was like this wooden chair where his legs were like spread open, his ankles were like tied to it, and his hands were like tied as well. And because of the way that his balls were hanging when we kicked, it like hit the wood in the back.
I'm so interested, but I'm having such a hard
I'm
time
so
listening
sorry.
at the same time.
I'm like, it's
but I
how
have
much
so many
details.
questions. No, I have so many fucking questions.
We don't even know where she's from.
I know, but
We know
we have to go down this road now because we're already here. So when you're doing the private sessions, does
Yeah.
the guy tell you in advance what he's really into, or does that ruin his fantasy because he doesn't want you to like cater it to him like that?
So there are some guys like that, but I will
Okay.
not take them. I
Okay.
discuss it way beforehand. What are you into? What kind of session do you want? Here are my rates, and do we align for each other? Because I might not be the right dom for you, and you might not be the right sub for me. It's like, if you
Okay.
want me to be like just mean to you and no breaks, and like I've had guys want me to even break their nose and stuff like that, and that's just not me.
Okay.
I'm
Cut
just
their
not
dick
the-
off.
I
Anything
have had
permanent?
castration like
They
requests.
want you to do that.
Yes.
Oh my
And so I won't
God.
do that. So I'm not the dom for you. You know, I'm not going to do needle play. I'm not going to suture your balls or anything like that. I don't have enough education to do that.
How did
Yeah,
you...
I feel like you need to go to medical school
You
to do that shit.
You do, because
Like, what
everything
the
has to
hell?
be sterile. And I'm not interested in doing that. It's not for me. I'm not going to do it. Sorry, I'm not the right dom. Like, if you want to do something a little less invasive,
Did
totally
at any
fine.
point you get into it, or was it always just like you're fulfilling this person's fantasy and you're doing a job?
I think it started out as a job, and then it started out like, okay, I'm doing this job. This is kind of fun. And I think I really like more the orgasm control part of it.
Okay.
Like, I control when you get to finish. I control when you get to come. And that was more my kink, is that like I could just leave you here. Like, you're at my mercy. That was fun for me. But I think the rest of it was just more, you know, I'm just working for sure.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. If I was like a cop or, you know, some job where you have to like hurt people, like as part of the job, like at some point as a cop, you're just going to have to beat the dog shit out of somebody, shoot somebody, who knows. I feel like mentally, you know, same thing with a soldier, it would take a toll on you. Did you feel yourself becoming like a more calloused person? Was your personality changing in some way from just getting so used to causing people harm like this?
I think I became more desensitized, for sure. So, like, people would know my job, and that's what I was known for. I only have done a few handful of, like, mainstream porn shoots. Like, if you look at my name, Femdom is going to be the first thing that pops up.
Oh.
I got more desensitized. People were like, tell me crazy job stories or whatever. And I'm like, I mean, I've had guys, you know, eat cum. I've shipped cum and condoms to them and watched them eat it on camera. Like, you know, so as far as these stories go, they don't shock me anymore.
Yeah.
But I think as far as like changing, I'm just a little more protective because I'm